alright, they can hear me, which is the important bit. Okay.
We can do it then.
Sitting in a comfortable seated position. With our eyes closed. Hands resting on our knees. Closing our eyes and bringing our awareness to our breath. Breathing in and out through our nose. Feeling the rise and fall of our chest. Feeling the breath as it goes in through our nose and out through our nose. And settling into the space. Straightening our spine. Rolling our shoulders back a little bit. Dropping our shoulders. And just feeling rested for the next hour. Being mindful of the sounds around us. Feeling grounded in the practice. Feeling supported and safe this week at home. We are going to gradually lengthen our breath, breathing in for a count of 6 and out for a count of 6. I'll guide you for the first few rounds and then leave you continue. Breathing out, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, out, in, out. Keep that breath going. Being mindful of each breath. Feeling the shoulders relax, straightening the spine with each breath. And leave that breath go. Coming back to your own rhythm. Bringing your hands to your heart in a prayer position. Rubbing the hands together to create some heat and gently placing the hands over the eyes. Just feel the warmth for a moment. Gently opening the eyes behind the hands. And drop your hands down. And we'll begin by putting our legs out in front of us and gently wriggling our toes. Gently straightening the spine here, dropping the shoulders and just lengthening through the spine, looking forwards and upwards. And then we'll rotate our ankles, raising the knees if that's comfortable or keeping them flat if that's comfortable. Work with your body and how you feel. and going in the opposite direction. And then coming back to the middle, and we're going to flex one foot and bring the other one back. Flex and point. Gently moving into the ankles. Continuing to breathe. Be mindful of each breath. And then bringing both feet back. Really pulling back and pointing the toes. Bring them back again. Pointing the toes. And one more time. Bring them back. And point the toes. And we're gently going to bounce our legs. And bounce them so they're open about the width of the mat. And then we're going to breathe in, point the toes together. Breathing out, turning our feet out. Breathing in, point the toes. Breathing out, turn them out. Breathing in, point them together. Breathing out, turn them out. One last time, breathing in and breathing out. And then bounce the legs back in together, give the legs a shake. And then we're going to take the left leg, bring the foot up to the heel and bounce that bent leg. Keeping the leg that's straight with the toe pointing up to the ceiling. Roll the shoulders back again just so we try and straighten the spine. And continuing to breathe. So if you're comfortable there, stay there. If you'd like to bring your foot up onto your thigh, you can do that. Be careful of the ankle here. You may like to support it and bounce that knee. So be comfortable with whatever choice you've made. And then keep that leg still. So we're going to bounce down the straight leg. So you can either keep your leg up on that thigh or you can continue and put it back down by the thigh. Gently bouncing down the straight leg. Come into your comfortable place. Looking forward to begin with. Take a deep breath in here. Breathe out and drop your head down. And take some lovely breaths here. Feeling that stretch. Feeling relaxed in this pose. And pausing here. Looking forward. Keeping hold of the right foot with the right hand. We're going to take the left hand. Breathing in and take it up. Breathing out and bringing it back down. Breathing in, take the arm up. Breathing out, down. And one more time. Breathing in. Take it up. Stay here this time. And take some breaths. If you'd like to stay here, please do. If you'd like to take the top arm and drop it behind your back, you can try that. And then if you'd like to take the other hand that you've been holding the toes and bring it round to the back as well. And continue to look up. Looking forward to the foot again. Take the right hand back to the toe. The left hand up in the air before bringing it back down. Take a deep breath in and take both arms up in the air and open up. Lovely, and we'll swap legs. So straighten the left leg, the right leg is bent, and just start bouncing that bent knee, not forgetting about the left leg and the foot pointing up to the ceiling. Again, you can choose to keep your foot next to your thigh or put it up on your thigh, but being careful of your ankle there. And keep that leg still and gently bouncing down that left leg to wherever's comfortable for you. Looking forward to begin with, and dropping the head. Take some breaths here. Breathing in deeply and exhaling lengthily. Pausing in this pause. Gently looking forward, keeping hold with the left hand and the left foot. We're going to take the right hand, breathing in and taking it back. Breathing out and bringing it down. Breathing in, take it back. Breathing out and down. And once more, breathing in. And keep it up there this time. Looking up. Take some breaths here. And if you'd like to join me in taking this top arm, the right arm, down behind your back. Then taking the left hand round and holding on and looking up. Take some breaths here. Taking the left hand back to the foot, the right hand up. Bringing the right hand down to the foot before taking a deep breath, taking both arms up in the air and opening up. Beautiful. And then we'll cross our legs and we'll just start rotating into our hips. Gently and mindfully breathing in as you go back, breathing out as you come forward. Breathing in as you go back and out as you come forward. Coming back to the centre and we'll go in the opposite direction. Breathing in as you go back and out as you come forward. And coming back to the centre. Placing your hands on your knees. We're going to breathe in and look up. Sorry. Breathe out and curl our backs and looking down between our knees. Breathing in, looking up. Breathing out, curling down. Breathing in, looking up. Breathing out, curling down. And stay curled down this time. Look between your knees. Close your eyes. And take some breaths. Breathing in, coming to look upright. Interlocking the fingers and stretching up. And open up. And once more, interlock the fingers, stretch up. And open up. And once more, breathing in, stretching up. And opening up. Placing the right hand down onto the floor. The left arm goes up in the air and just gently going over to the side. Here you can look across the room or up to the ceiling, wherever you feel your neck is at its most comfortable. Taking some breaths here. Coming back up to the centre, interlocking the fingers, nice big stretch up. Give your back a little wiggle maybe. And then taking the left hand down on the floor, the right arm up in to the ceiling. And again, look up to the ceiling or across the room, whatever's comfortable for your neck. Taking some breaths. Feeling that stretch down the side of the body. Coming back up, interlocking the fingers, have another stretch up. and open up. Lovely. Is everyone all right? Do you want to put fingers up, thumbs up if you're all right? Fabulous. Okay, we're going to take the left hand and put it on the right knee, placing the right hand behind us and looking over our shoulder. So if this feels too much of a stretch for you, you can put both hands on your knee and just gently turning round. Taking some breaths here. Coming back to the centre, and this time taking the right hand and putting it on the left knee, and the left hand goes behind us and you look over your shoulder. Again, if this is too much, you can put both hands on your knee. Taking some deep breaths here, mindful breaths. And coming back to the centre, putting our hands out in front of us, and we're going to bring our hands up to look at the camera and then point them down. So bringing them up and down, just giving a little bit of mobility into the wrists. And then circling through each finger. And then into the wrists, and the other way, and then gently holding onto the shoulders and circling slowly through the shoulders, not jolting or being too quick, just being mindful with each movement. And then going in the opposite direction. And placing the hands onto the knees, we're going to rotate the neck round, but if this is too much for you, then you can go from side to side. Just see how your neck is feeling. I'm going to go all the way round, but be mindful of each circular movement that you do, that it feels comfortable and that you're not overstretching your neck. Coming back to the centre, staying there for a moment not to feel dizzy, and then going in the opposite direction. And coming back to the centre. So we're going to breathe in and look up, lengthening this part of the neck, breathing out and looking down, breathing in, looking up, breathing out, down, and once more breathing in and breathing out. And we're going to go up onto all fours. So you can either come up from this kneeling position or just get there, whichever way is comfortable for you. We're going to be on all fours, spreading the hands just to give us a nice stable base. A bit of a gap between our knees so we feel really supported, and we'll just move back and forth in this position. Feeling really supported. And then coming to the centre, we're going to breathe in, dip our spine and look up. Breathing out, we're going to look between our knees and curl our spine. Breathing in, looking up. Breathing out, curling our spine, giving lovely movement to our spine with this tiger breathing. Working with your breath. Breathing in, dipping the spine, looking up. Breathing out, curling the spine, looking between the knees. Once more. and come back to the centre. Placing the toes together, dropping the bottom, putting the hands out in front of us and dropping our head to the mat. The Shashanka pose, in this rabbit pose, feeling comfortable and supported and knowing that we can go into this pose at any time, into this rest pose. Feeling each breath through the back part of our lungs. Feeling this time the back moving with each breath. Gently bringing the head up to look forward. We're going to come up into a kneeling position and we're going to do Danda Kriya. So I'll demonstrate it once and then we can do it together. So we breathe in and we come up. Breathe out and go down. Take a deep breath in here. Breathing out down to our forehead. Breathing in to the top of our head. Breathing out to our forehead. Breathing in and coming up. So we'll do it together. So breathing out. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, going down. Take a deep breath in here. Breathe out down to the forehead. Breathing in to the top of our head. Breathe out to the forehead. And breathing in and coming up. And just closing the eyes here with the hands on the legs for a moment. Just to scan through our body. See how we feel. Gently opening the eyes. And we're going to do it again. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, going down. Take a deep breath in here. Breathe out down to the forehead. Breathe into the top of the head. Breathe out back to the forehead and breathe in and come up. Again, putting the hands on the legs, closing the eyes and scanning through the body. Seeing how each part feels. Gently opening the eyes, and we'll do that once more. Breathing in, coming up, and this time we're going to stay there. Just take some breaths here. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and come back down. Take a deep breath in here. Breathe out and go down to the forehead. Take some breaths here. Breathe in to the top of the head. And take some breaths here. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and go back to the forehead. Take some more breaths here. Breathe out and take a deep breath in and come back up. Hands on the knees, eyes closed, and just scanning through the body. Gently opening the eyes. We're going to take our hands in front of us, spreading the fingers, making sure the whole hand is supporting our body, tucking our toes under, and we're going to go up into Merasana, up into mountain pose. pedaling through our legs. Going up onto tiptoes, bending the knees and trying to get our feet flat or just causing a stretch in the calves. And we're going to be still here, breathing through our lungs, pulling our abdomen in. Nice deep breaths. And we're gently going to walk our feet to our hands. And we're just going to hang out here for a moment. So you can just let your hands drop, or you can hold on to each elbow with the opposite hand. Whatever feels comfortable for you. And just let everything fold and drop and relax. Gently putting a bend in our knees and slowly, carefully curling up to standing. And just give yourself a bit of a shake. Have a drink here if you'd like a drink, keep yourself hydrated. And we're just going to start by just putting the right leg in front of us and shaking that leg, and then circling the ankle. And going in the opposite direction. And then bringing that knee up, and we're just going to get our balance here. So if you'd like to put your hands out, if that's comfortable, put your hands on your hips, wherever you can find your balance, whatever's best for you. And then we're just going to make circles with that knee. So as if we're drawing a circle with the knee and going in the opposite direction. And putting that leg down. You may like to try and shake your legs out a little bit. So putting all our weight on the right leg this time. We're going to bring out our left leg and start circling that ankle. And going in the opposite direction. And then bringing that knee up. Again, getting your balance here wherever's best for you. And we're going to make circles with that leg. As if you're drawing a circle with your knee. And going in the opposite direction. And putting that back down, giving your legs a shake. Then putting hands on the hips, and we're just going to circle into our hips. Nice and slowly, so mindfully. And in the opposite direction. And coming back to the centre. We're going to take our right arm up in the air, twist round and put it behind us so it's on our backs. And the opposite top of the bottom. And take the other one up. And take some breaths here. Close the eyes if you're comfortable, if you don't feel too wobbly. And be comfortable. Coming back to the centre, we're going to take the right hand up, the right hand up this time, and the left hand behind us, so it's touching the opposite waist, thigh, and look round. Remembering to breathe. Breathing in and out through the nose. And coming back. So you can continue with that one if you want, but if you'd like to join me, taking the right hand up and this time putting it behind your back. Just up between your shoulder blades. Taking the left hand up and then trying to get the hands to meet, or even if they're just resting on your back. If that's uncomfortable, then you can go back to putting that right hand onto the waist and the left hand up. So choose what's comfortable for you. Taking some breaths here. Gently taking the left hand up in the air and hooking the right hand and swapping over. So the left hand will go up between the shoulder blades. The right hand stretches up and goes down below the shoulder blades. And they're either your hands meet or they just rest on your back. Closing the eyes and taking some breaths. And gently taking the right hand up and hooking the left one and give the arms a little bit of a shake. Fabulous. Okay, we're going to come to the front of our mats and we're going to do some sun salutations. So let's start with how our feet are. So bring your toes up so they're not grasping the mat, and then gently place them down. I have a little gap between my legs just to give myself some stability. I'm going to pull my tummy in, clench my bottom, roll my shoulders back just to put my arms down beside me, and just try and straighten my spine. Deep breath in, arms up in the air. Bending forward, hands to the floor with a bend in your knee or a straight knee, whatever's comfortable. Breathing up onto fingertips and looking forward. Breathing out, hands flat to the floor. Right leg back, left leg back, and drop the knees. Take the chest and the chin down to the mat and push through up into Bhujangasana. So this can be low or it can be high, wherever's comfortable for your back. And taking some breaths here. Gently pushing back up onto all fours, tucking the toes under and pushing up into Merivasana, into mountain pose. Taking some breaths here. Looking forward, bringing the right foot forward, the left foot forward, up onto fingertips, looking forward, bending down, hands on the floor before we open up. Arms up to the sky and arms back down beside us. And we're going to do that twice more. So deep breath in, arms up in the air. Bending forward, hands on the floor with a bent knee or a straight leg. Up onto fingertips, looking forward. Hands back to the floor, right leg back, left leg back, drop the knees. Drop the chest and the chin down and push up into Bhujangasana. Taking some breaths here. Gently pushing back onto all fours, tucking the toes and going up into Merivasana, into mountain pose. Taking some more breaths here. Looking forward, right leg forward, left leg forward, up onto fingertips. Hands flat to the floor, looking down. Before you open up, bring the arms up and arms beside us. Take a drink here if you want a drink of water, if you need anything. And we'll do that once more before we go back down to the ground. So just getting our standing position again, bringing the toes up before we put them down, pulling in the tummy, clenching the bottom, rolling the shoulders back. Deep breath in, arms up in the air. Breathing breathing out, bend forward, hands flat on the floor with a bent leg or a straight leg. Up onto fingertips, looking forward. Back down, hands back flat, right leg back, left leg back. This time if you'd like to join me in plank, please do, or drop to your knees, whatever's comfortable. Everybody drop to their knees, chest and chin down, push through, up into Bhujangasana. Taking some breaths here. Back onto all fours, tuck the toes and push up into Marasana, into mountain pose. Take some deep breaths here, pulling the tummy in. Looking forward, right leg forward, left leg forward, onto fingertips, looking forward, hands flat to the floor, and open up. And arms down. Take a step back, close your eyes, put the arms down by your side, and just scan through your body. See how you're feeling. Might have heated up by now, I'm a bit warmer. Gently opening the eyes. We're going to put all our weight on the left foot. So put all your weight there. We're going to bend the right foot up and we're going to step back. But we're going to keep both legs straight this time. So the front leg is straight, but try not to lock your knees. If you need a little bend, then that's fine. And we are going to look forward and we're just going to bend down. Now come down to wherever's comfortable for you and just hold it there. If you are comfortable to come down and put your hands on the floor without locking your knees, that's fine. And look forward. And we're just going to hold here for a moment. Okay, now this time before we come back up, gently put a bend in that front knee and push yourself up. So you're not locking your leg to do that. This, you can carry on that way, or if you want to put your hands behind your back, interlock the fingers, roll the shoulders down and drop your hands as low as they can go. And we're going to come forward again. If this is uncomfortable, then go back to the previous one where your hands were in front of you. Coming down, remember not to lock that leg, looking forward, dropping the head and taking some breaths. Gently put a little bend in that knee and push back up. Unhook the hands, give them a shake and bring the back leg forward. Give your legs a shake. Take some deep breaths. And then come and stand up on your mat again. This time we're going to put all our weight through our right foot. So put all the weight through the right foot. Bring the right one forward and step back. So the front leg again is going to be straight, but don't lock it. Just keep a little bend in the knee rather than lock your knee. Okay, so looking forward, we're going to slowly come down to your comfortable place. If you're comfortable to put your hands on the mat, that's fine. If not, just stay with your hands on your thigh. Be comfortable and look down and take some breaths. Gently look up, put a bend in that front knee and push up. Beautiful. Okay, so you can either carry on with that or you can roll your shoulders back, interlock the fingers behind you. Straighten that leg again but without locking the knee. And slowly looking forward, coming down to wherever's comfortable for you. And then drop your head when you're comfortable. and take some breaths. Put a bend in the front knee and come back up, unhooking your hands, bringing the back leg forward and shaking everything out. Maybe giving a little twist round. It's quite strong on the legs. And coming back to the centre of your mat. Beautiful. We're going to go back down to the floor. So we're going to come back down through a squat. So I like to open my legs a little bit, bend my knees and bring my hands down to the floor, and then move from side to side in my squat. And I eventually get to my comfortable place, placing my elbows inside my knees, putting my hands in a prayer position and just closing the eyes here. If your heels aren't on the floor and you'd like to put a cushion under them, we're not going to be here long, but don't be unsteady or in any pain. Taking some deep breaths in. And then we're going to drop back onto our bottoms. So you can hold your knees here or go from there and gently go back. Lovely. And then we're going to open our legs out wide. And we're going to bounce down with each hand the legs. So come down to wherever's comfortable for you and hold on. So that might be your calf, your ankle, your feet, wherever's comfortable for you. Looking forward, then dropping the head. And taking some breaths here. Pointing the feet up to the ceiling. So you've got a little bit of activation in the calves. And you can feel a gentle stretch on the inner thighs. Gently opening the eyes, looking forward, bringing the hands to the centre of the mat, and then pushing yourself back up. So you come up to seated. Bringing the legs together, and then holding on underneath the thighs and bringing your feet up in a modified boat pose. Pulling the tummy in and breathing here for a moment. So if you're very comfortable here, you can take the hands out or leave them there, whatever's comfortable for you today. Breathing in and out through the nose, feeling comfortable here. Gently placing the hands again underneath the thighs, putting the feet down. And we're going to go down and lay on our backs from here. So laying on our backs, holding onto our knees and circling the knees. Massaging the lower back, and being mindful about each rotation. Coming back to the centre and then going in the opposite direction. And coming back to the centre. Taking both the knees down to the right hand side, taking the arms outstretched and looking over to the opposite hand, which is my left hand. Closing the eyes and taking some breaths here. Turning the head to look up to the ceiling, bringing the knees back up to the central point, and then dropping them over to the other side, which is my left side, and looking over at your right hand. Closing the eyes and taking some breaths. Turning the head to look up, bringing the knees back up, holding onto the knees, and once again circling through and giving our back a gentle massage. And going in the opposite direction. And coming back to the centre, we're going to place our legs up in the air as if we're going to put our feet on the ceiling. You can hold behind your legs or you can put your hands on the floor, whatever's comfortable for you. Taking some deep breaths here. Bending the knees down, placing the feet as close to the bottom as you can. And we're going to breathe in and lift our bottom up. Breathing out and lowering down. So breathing in, the bottom goes up. Breathing out, it goes down. Work with your breath here. With each in-breath, your bottom rises. And with each out-breath, you go down. Working with your breath here and your movement. And then placing the bottom on the floor, and we're going to come into our rest pose, into Shavasana. So if you want to make yourself comfortable, have a drink of water before we start. So sitting comfortably. So if you fall asleep, don't worry, I'll just switch off. I will wake everybody up, but if you do fall asleep, then that's quite nice. Okay, so I just invite you to be still for a moment. Just scan through the body, see how everything feels, how your feet feel, buttocks, hands, shoulders, head. And if you've got anything you need to move now to make yourself comfortable, to make yourself feel grounded and rested, please do. So I'll just guide you to begin with through a scanning of the body. No need to move anything. Just listen and bring your awareness to that area. Then I'll leave you rest for a bit before gently waking you up. So coming back to the breath that we started with, breathing in and out through the nose. Breathing in for a count of 6 and out for a count of 6. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue with the breath as I guide you through a relaxation. right toes, left toes, right foot, left foot, right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, right knee, left knee, right thigh, left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, right hand, left hand, right arm, left arm, right shoulder, left shoulder, chin, bottom lip, top lip, tip of nose, roof of mouth, forehead, crown of head, the whole of the right side, the whole of the left side, the whole body being supported and being able to relax. Gently bringing your awareness back into the space. Start by taking some deep breaths in and out through your nose. Wriggling the toes and the fingers. Having a whole body stretch, raising the hands above your head, stretching out. Gently bringing the knees up to the chest and rocking gently from side to side, just waking the spine up. And when you feel ready, just dropping over to your left side. Stay here for a moment. Gently waking up. And in your own time, bringing yourself up to a seated position with your eyes closed and hands at the heart. Rubbing the hands together to create some heat. And gently giving your face a massage, starting with the forehead, the temples, gently around your eyes, cheeks, working your way down to the back of your neck, gently squeezing it, shoulders, arms, down to the wrists and the hands. Rubbing the hands together to create some heat again. Placing the hands over the eyes. Feel the warmth, the prana. Opening the eyes gently behind the hands. Dropping the hands down, interlocking the fingers and stretching up. And opening up. Interlock the hands again. Take a deep breath in and stretch up. And open up. And once more, interlock the hands, deep breath in, and opening up. And namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me. It's lovely to see you both. It's a shame I can't hear you. Bye.